Okay, let's talk about the trust. And I believe this is so important to all of you people out there. It's simple, but it's not so simple. But it is the essence of business. To me, I've always said the mission of business is to help people. Well, if you're to help people, you got to be transparent. You tell them the truth. You build relationships. Your relationships are built on trust.
Right.
I want to hang around people, work with people that I trust. I want to do business with people that I trust. I never heard that in all the years I was working Fortune 500 companies. Never. I'll give you this one. I have a young man that came to work here a few years ago from Target. And he says, I really enjoy working here. I said, well, we enjoy having you here. Why do you enjoy working here? He says, because at Target, my manager told me, I don't need you to think. We can think. You just do what we tell you to do.
That's a problem in the 21st century because we are out, in many cases, of the industrial age, where in fact the assembly line was made for people not to think. The employees, you do one thing, one widget, don't think about it, and don't say anything, and that's that. Today, when you think about the types of companies of any size, people are paid to think, to innovate, to create, and execute. So no longer is the tool of choice their hands and their back, it is their brain and their mouth. And so they are paid, even at Target, people are paid to engage with customers, to be innovative. That's the only way businesses are going to get ahead. And so they are paid to think, and the management that doesn't believe that will fail.
Sam Walton, who was the greatest businessman I've ever known, he went out and he called his employees associates.
Right.
He challenged them to think. He asked them questions. When he was stumped, he would have big meetings of employees and managers. I need your help. I need you to help me think through this. Give me your ideas. Isn't that a wonderful breath of fresh air?
That's the way it should be done. And, and it goes to our book around productivity in the 5 choices, is that you can't force people. That guy at Target, the manager could say, you're not paid to think here.
Yes.
Do better. And that guy is just going to do enough that he doesn't lose his job because he's disengaged, he doesn't like being there, versus a Sam Walton that says, hey, I need your ideas, I need you to give me some feedback, I need you to be engaged, and that person goes, whoa, I can't wait to come to work tomorrow. Now that person in the 21st century is somebody who's going to come to work and give you their best because they're volunteering it to you. That's where the real power comes from in the 21st century.
And then when that one associate that we're working with, and they become part of this culture of asking questions and engaging one another, and also what it does, you're treating them with respect. We know you've got thoughts. We know you've got a brain. We want you to come join us and help us figure out how we please the customer more.
How we please the customer more, how we enhance the systems in our business, what good ideas do we have to make it better. Just this open environment where people are really excited about being part of it is the differentiator.
Right. Which comes to the other thing. Once we get it figured out, I've got it figured out. And I don't want to mess with it. And I've got it figured out, and this is going to last forever. I found that doesn't work. What say you?
You have to be careful. So particularly with some small businesses like the franchising model, distributorship, you are buying a system to put into place. The corporate entity and the franchisees need to be thoughtful about, you want to have a set system and not change it crazily, because I've also seen in small business, they go, oh, I know how to do it better than so-and-so, and you might, but even beginning a business with systems in place, seeing how they do, and then starting to innovate is the way to go.
Well,
you always need to be open-minded.
You've got some
to innovate.
discipline. But here's what I think. We have a discipline and a procedure, right? And the franchises have some discipline.
Right.
But that's good, because that might help us execute better. Get your hamburger out faster. Get going. Get going, and but also, if we're really insanely engaged with the customer,
yes,
then when that customer says, I don't want mayonnaise, I don't want it like that, I want my hamburger well done, or I want something different than that mayonnaise and ketchup on there, I'm able to make a change.
Right.
Because,
right.
But my focus, to me, for every one of our people, how do we make the customer experience better, right?
Constantly thinking about that. And there are organizations out there now, large and small, that you read about that are suffering because they've been doing the same thing too long without hearing what the market is telling them. So they sort of squeezed, as we say, the golden goose a little too hard, and they're ending up having to scramble now to innovate, and that's when it becomes too late.